Welcome and thank you for joining us today for Private Cloud Management Platforms Radar webinar. My name is Raleigh Gould and I will be your moderator for today's event. Our featured speaker is Torsten Volk, Research Director at Enterprise Management Associates. Torsten has over 10 years of managing highly complex IT projects within the virtualization, cloud, and custom software application development realm. And before I hand things off to Torsten, I did want to mention that you can log your questions at any time throughout the course of the presentation by using the Q&A functionality. You should see that in the right-hand column of your screen, or if you're in full slide view, simply look for the floating toolbar. You'll see a question mark icon. Click on that, and you can log your questions that way. Also, today's event is being recorded, and you will receive a follow-up email from Enterprise Management Associates tomorrow that will include the on-demand playback. And now I'd like to go ahead and turn things over to our featured speaker, Torsten Volk. Torsten?
Thank you, Raleigh. Today I want to provide an overview of the marketplace for private cloud. And as you can see from this slide, this time we have two charts. And the reason for this is that we're looking for ways to really compare apples to apples when we look at the individual cloud platforms. So here's how to use this radar report. And I'm just going to talk about this for 2 or 3 minutes because I think it's important to use the radar report beyond simply taking a look at the chart. And then I promise I'll jump into comparing the individual vendors. So first of all, think about which type of solution, which type of cloud solution you're looking for. Are you looking for a full-blown cloud platform that can offer everything as a service? And in that case, you look at some of the big four vendors, Microsoft, VMware, or ASG. So this is the chart at the top right. If you are looking for more of an alternative solution with a different spin on cloud, that might fit your organization, your existing data center better, then take a look at the bottom left chart where we have more lightweight solutions, and you can see infrastructure as a service-centric solution. So today we'll look at both of them for sure. So once you have decided which chart to focus on, you basically start looking at the value leaders and at the strong value vendors and how they compare in terms of solution impact, which is functionality, architecture, and integration, and resource efficiency, which is implementation time, effort, and product cost. So the actual size of the bubbles that you can see on this chart, they represent the vendor strengths, meaning the financial stability, but also vendors' cloud vision, partnership network, number of existing cloud customers. Most importantly, and I say this all the time, please read the vendor profiles and of the vendors that you are interested in, because by definition, charts can only give you rough guidance. And all of the solutions reviewed, I have to say, each one of them offers customer value for a specific type of customer. So we cannot just generally say that, a vendor that has a specific position on the chart is the vendor that you should go for. There's a lot of other considerations when you make a technology choice in terms of cloud that you should consider. Finally, I want to talk about the vendors to watch. This is a new category. EMA vendors to watch are vendors that offer unique customer value and that complement solutions that are reviewed in this report. So with that said, let's jump right in and let's take a look at the marketplace for private cloud solutions. So here's how we see the marketplace. There are the big four vendors. You can see them at the top. And if you already have significant investment in a big four solution, that's the logical place to start looking. So we have IBM and HP, and they offer pre-integrated infrastructure solutions where you have network, server, storage, and at the same time you have cloud software, cloud platform software that goes together with this pre-integrated infrastructure. The other two is DA Technologies and BMC. They offer hardware-independent cloud platforms, and those platforms integrate with most popular server, network, and storage platforms. Now let's jump to the pure-play commercial platforms. And each one of those platforms really has its own take on private cloud. For example, MorphLabs is an OpenStack, a turnkey OpenStack appliance that you can just start racking in your data center. Genera has built-in resiliency for mission-critical workloads. Abiquo offers really excellent integration with existing data center infrastructure, with hardware and software infrastructure in your data center. Embodics, very interesting, is deployed in under a day and can deliver value really quickly. And then we have ASG, who received our Best Software as a Service award this time, who really looks at cloud from a totally different perspective, and I'll talk about this in a minute. And then we have Cisco with really excellent integration with the Cisco UCS platform, obviously. The third segment of the cloud marketplace is the open source platform. So, you know, a lot has been said about OpenStack, and here's what I think about OpenStack. OpenStack really is a standard first, and it's a standard that's incorporated by the Big Four and by a lot of the other vendors that you see on this chart. But ultimately, it's still not a turnkey cloud product. What it is it's a set of APIs, a set of standards that will ensure workload portability, that will help you as end customer avoid vendor lock-in. And that is an excellent goal for everybody, to make sure that workloads are portable between private clouds and private and public clouds as well. So that's our take on OpenStack. OpenStack, yeah. So CloudStack is much more of an actual turnkey cloud platform. However, in an enterprise environment, we usually see cloud platform as the, sorry, I said CloudStack. Yeah, CloudStack is more of an open, more of an actual cloud platform, and we see it in customer environments more in the Citrix flavor, which is cloud platform. So then we have Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is also an interesting solution in that it allows you to recreate or to create an Amazon EC2-like environment in your own data center. So what you can do with this is you can make workloads portable between Amazon EC2 and your internal Eucalyptus cloud, and you can base this on all types of policies and security considerations. And finally, we have virtualization vendors. Virtualization vendors you are all familiar with, and obviously if you have significant investment in Microsoft System Center or in VMware vCenter, or in the Citrix virtualization stack, then virtualization vendors may very well be the place to look at first. Obviously, selecting a virtualization vendor comes also with drawbacks. For example, some of those vendors don't have the background in automation and management. They don't have cross-platform capabilities. They're not compatible with all the hardware you may have, and there are general licensing cost considerations. So let's jump right in and look at the individual vendors on the chart. You can see there's one cluster in the top right where we have our Big Four vendors. So IBM, CA, HP, and BMC, and as you can see, they're very close together in terms of resource efficiency and in terms of solution impact. You see, BMC is our winner in terms of resource efficiency, and IBM has the biggest feature set. So when we drill into this a little bit more, we can see ASG is very close. It offers also exceptional resource efficiency and solution impact, and it's very close to entering the value leader section of this chart. And we'll talk a little bit later about the reasons why ASG could still be the right solution for you. And obviously, VMware, excellent solution impact, and Microsoft also offers strong value on this in this evaluation. So let's look at the individual vendors. We have IBM. IBM is a value leader, and IBM received our most comprehensive feature set award. Customers reported deployment times of under a week, which is remarkable. And IBM is also the clear leader in open standards and offers very advanced abstracting of workloads from the underlying platforms. So IBM is deeply involved in standards organizations such as OASIS with the Tosca standard for describing workloads, OSLC for development lifecycle collaboration, and obviously OpenStack. EMA Research identified storage as a key bottleneck, and IBM has recently focused on Smart Cloud Storage Center and on offering storage virtualization capabilities to help resolve this cost and performance bottleneck of storage for the cloud. Based on our research, IBM's Pure Systems and Pure Applications converged infrastructure offerings are excellent turnkey platforms, turnkey hardware platforms for cloud, and they have gained market share very quickly. So let's move on to HP. HP Operations Orchestration is a strong product, and it's very easy to integrate with existing enterprise software and hardware. Generally, we received very positive customer feedback, and as orchestration is one of the most important elements of private cloud, HP is very highly ranked in this radar report. HP's cloud system integrates cloud software and the required network storage and server resources very well. Customers mentioned very rapid deployment times of only a few weeks. While HP offers all the software and hardware needed to build a private cloud, HP Cloud System is also open for integrating existing data center components by other vendors, which is really important. The focus of the HP solution is to avoid building technology silos. Limitations of the HP solution, while the solution is complete from a feature perspective, there are some components that have still different user interfaces, and some customers talked about insufficient integration with VMware vCenter. Moving on to CA Technologies, another value leader. CA is the only vendor that offers a cloud platform that is fully abstracted from the underlying hardware. So you can basically spawn new environments, you can move them around, and you can dispose of them by the click of a button. And that's actually the reason why CA Technologies received our Most Innovative Architecture Award. CA also offers so-called service cartridges, and those service cartridges are meant to make it easy to complete tasks that are very common to organizations that are adopting a cloud platform, such as cloud bursting to Amazon EC2, for example, VDI automation, provisioning of external public cloud resources. So there's a whole number of service cartridges out there that make the deployment and the integration of the CA cloud with the existing data center environment easier. CA has also made significant progress in terms of supporting entire business services and in tying together their solution portfolio in a service-centric manner, and you can see this on this chart. So, yeah, CA received our Most Innovative Architecture Award for AppLogic, and a couple of limitations. The solution is very complex. It is complex. I don't want to say very complex, but it's complex, and it's not always easy to implement, which obviously originates from the CA vision of providing an all-encompassing cloud platform that allows you to optimally leverage what you already have in your data center. So it's very difficult to avoid this complexity. Next value leader is BMC, and I want to mention that BMC received the award for Best Cloud Security Management. And this new award was given to BMC because the Cloud Lifecycle Management platform allowed to deploy and manage third-party security solutions such as firewalls, antivirus, in a very elegant and simple manner. And EMA Research has found that security concerns are the biggest and most important obstacles and concerns when organizations think about implementing private cloud and hybrid cloud. So BMC offers excellent automation and orchestration across hardware and software. BMC Cloud Lifecycle Management, that's the name of the product, is very flexible and has a lot of connectors out of the box to your existing data center environment. Also, what I want to mention, because it's not always the case, BMC solution is very easy to use by operations staff as well as by end users. Cloud Lifecycle Management is hardware independent. That means it integrates with most popular network storage and compute platforms. And the BMC Service Governor is easy to implement and makes proactive capacity and performance management simple. BMC Service Blueprints also strike a very viable, very an excellent compromise between providing structure and providing flexibility when it comes to deploying cloud environments. The downsides, SLAs are managed outside of the application blueprint, so performance requirements cannot directly be assigned to new business services. Moving on to ASG. ASG offers strong value, and I really want to mention that ASG received our Best Software as a Service Solutions Award. Cloud Factory is an excellent cloud solution with a little bit of a different heritage, and that's mostly the reason why Cloud Factory didn't make it into the value leaders section of the chart. So if you compare ASG Cloud Factory to a lot of the other cloud platforms, it starts with providing application environments as a service. So this approach focuses on, this approach really requires the organization to invest into upfront packaging of the individual applications that need to be provided to the end user. And once that is done, once this packaging is done, those applications can be pushed out to the customers coherently and consistently. And this process ensures security, SLA compliance, and ITIL compliance. So Cloud Factory is an excellent platform for delivering services based on the customer's existing data center environment. And it helps leverage previous investments and improve the IT services created through those investments. We also like the integration of Cloud Factory with Cloud Stack as a destination for deploying those business services and application environments. And finally, I want to mention the excellent capabilities for managing SAN app, Citrix SAN app, and Citrix SAN desktop. Many customers really use Cloud Factory simply because of the capabilities that the software has to deploy and manage the SAN app and SAN desktop in a very simple and streamlined manner. On the downside, I think it came out of what I said in the last 2 minutes. There is integration work to be done, and it is not for everybody to make those significant initial investments that are needed to get really the most out of ASG Cloud Platform. It is definitely a paradigm shift that's necessary in the organization to adopt this product. Moving on to System Center, Microsoft System Center and Windows Server 2012, they offer strong value. And specifically within Microsoft-centric environments, they are worth a look. So some of the highlights are excellent network virtualization capabilities that enable systems admins to really take advantage of software-defined networking abilities when provisioning application environments. The Microsoft Cloud is built on System Center, and if you already have System Center in your environment, then it's a logical first step to take a look if you can leverage what you already have and create a cloud on top of it. The Microsoft Cloud offers also solid capabilities for managing physical, virtual, and cloud resources in really a heterogeneous environment with one central tool. And the licensing cost may be attractive, and it really depends on the type of existing Microsoft contract that you have in place. But it might be a very interesting solution in terms of cost. Downsides, Microsoft solution obviously targets Microsoft-centric environments. It's still relatively complex, consists of 8 different components that are not integrated out of the box. You have to do some significant integration work. And while you can now manage VMware vCenter environments through System Center, it's still more of a transition skill, as a transition capability to be able to manage vCenter with the ultimate goal to move you away to Hyper-V in general. So if that is not the plan to move away from vCenter to System Center, then you may want to think twice about adopting the Microsoft Cloud. VMware offers strong value, and it's really a natural choice to build a cloud on the existing VMware virtualization stack that you might already have in your data center. VMware still owns a big share of the virtualization marketplace, so vCloud is by definition interesting to a large share of organizations. And buying into the entire vCloud solution, offers one throat to choke, or if you will, one hand to shake. It's all one consistent solution. VMware made also some excellent acquisitions that I want to mention. For example, Dynamic Ops, Nicira, and Versto. Dynamic Ops facilitates cross-platform cloud lifecycle management. Nicira offers software-defined networking, and Versto provides software-defined storage. Also, these acquisitions underline VMware's strategy to gradually create a unified platform for the software-defined data center. And third, there has been a lot of progress in terms of turning the vCenter operations management suite into a stronger contender for operations management. We really liked some of the improvements that we saw in this regard. Downsides, basically what you would expect, licensing costs and vendor lock-in. Moving on to the infrastructure as a service-centric platforms. And jumping right to Citrix, if you go back to the chart, Citrix is one of the value leaders, so is Abiquo and MorphLabs. So let's go to Citrix first. And Citrix received the award for the most scalable solution, and that was a very easy thing for us to award to Citrix because there's a significant amount of huge deployments of tens of thousands of hosts and hundreds of thousands of virtual machines that are managed by Citrix Cloud Platform. Another notable advantage or strong point of Citrix Cloud Platform is its pluggable infrastructure, where you can very easily integrate your existing data center hardware and software. So this whole concept of avoiding silos is very well addressed within Citrix Cloud Platform. And Cloud Platform also supports a vast array of mega clouds like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, service provider clouds like Rackspace, Savvis, GoDaddy, corporate data center clouds by a lot of the vendors that I was talking about before, like CA, HP, Cisco, IBM. So it's a true hybrid cloud framework that enables you to place your application workloads where they can run in the most efficient manner. The downside of the Citrix solution, it lies a little bit in the same where the strengths lie. It's a very flexible and extensible solution, but it is not really a turnkey solution in the sense that it covers all the individual area that you will need to cover with your cloud. There will be integration requirements. It's not a solution for all the individual enterprise service requirements that you may want to implement. Moving to Abiquo. Abiquo is one of our value leaders, like Citrix. Abiquo follows an excellent approach of integrating with the existing data center and of avoiding technology silos. So there's a lot of out-of-the-box connectors. There are a lot of out-of-the-box connectors that are available, and new connectors are written all the time. And we really liked the main strategic focus of Abiquo, which lies on helping you get the most out of your existing virtualization or virtual environment. The Abiquo user interface for end users and for administrators is simple and elegant, very easy to use, very easy to create and deploy business services. And the Abiquo security model is extremely granular, and it reflects the security background of the Abiquo team. Security management in a cloud context can be generally very messy, and based on the way security was implemented in Abiquo, it makes managing security safe, and it makes it consistent and easy. So the final point I want to mention is workload placement. Abiquo offers intelligent workload placement. It is policy-based, and it doesn't confront the user with too many actual choices. You can, as the administrator, very easily tag workloads to, for example, be only deployed on servers located in the United States and on a specific type of hypervisor, and then publish this template, and end users can very easily then deploy those predefined templates in a simple and secure manner. Downside, the platform is not internally entirely turnkey. There's still some work to be done regarding service management capabilities. Next one, MorphLabs. MorphLabs is a very interesting solution. It won our Best OpenStack Appliance Award. It's a turnkey OpenStack solution. I mentioned this before, and the goal basically is to allow to provision large numbers of virtual machines cheaper than you could even through Amazon EC2. It's a very scalable solution as well. You can just add additional appliances, rack those appliances, and you have more capacity for additional virtual machines. Everything else is handled inside of the MorphLabs solution. It's a little bit of a black box, but it really takes out a tremendous amount of complexity when it comes to operations management. The downside is it's a basic solution. It's an infrastructure as a service solution, and MorphLabs is not aware of entire business services or of how application environments consisting of multiple servers and complex networking and storage, how those relate together. So you'll have to manage that by yourself. Embodics offers strong value. It's the fastest to deploy solution. We talked to customers that deployed Embodics within a few hours, under a day, and they got tremendous value out of it. Solution enables customers to start managing existing vCenter and System Center environments very quickly. Customers reported immediate savings, which is not always the case. We had customers reporting savings of tens of thousands of dollars in terms of storage because of the way Embodics helped them to better consolidate their storage infrastructure. So all in all, Embodics is a lightweight solution that is simple and flexible. The downside is it's a low-cost solution, so you can't expect a lot of the high-end features in terms of SLA management, capacity management, service provisioning, intelligent workload placement. Genera, strong value. It's the most notable feature is its built-in resiliency and its excellent provisioning of physical infrastructure resources. You can basically build a cloud only on physical servers if you choose to do so. That means that you can onboard traditional workloads much easier than with most of the competing products. You can see Genera is converged. You can regard Genera as converged infrastructure without the vendor lock-in. Genera supports most hardware, most network storage and compute hardware, and basically lets you puzzle together your own converged infrastructure that is still a turnkey bare metal provisioned solution. I also want to talk about the excellent user interface. It's aimed at really very easily compiling entire business services that can constitute of physical and virtual solutions combined. So the most significant downside probably is that, well, not probably, but the most significant downside is that currently only plate servers are supported. So if you want to build a cloud on rack servers, you cannot use Genera to do this. Nimbula, you may have heard Nimbula got acquired by Oracle a few weeks back. And Nimbula is a very interesting solution. It offers built-in resiliency by spreading the management nodes across different distributed servers. So automatically, basically, when you deploy Nimbula on bare metal servers, the software, it's for x86 infrastructure, the software deploys a Linux operating system, and it deploys a Nimbula Director as the cloud operating system, and it starts distributing the management servers so that you have the best possible availability. So very interesting solution. It offers flat networking similar to Amazon EC2. And the downside really is that it's a very basic solution. It's very infrastructure as a service focused without much awareness of business services or applications. So there's no very basic health monitoring, very basic performance monitoring included. So this was the field of private cloud vendors. Now let's take a look at our vendors to watch. Number one is Converger. And the idea behind Converger is to enable customers to manage physical, virtual, and cloud environments through a single pane of glass and in a policy-driven manner. Converger supports many of the popular hypervisors and cloud platforms. You can see them listed on this slide. So that you basically get feature parity between those individual platforms in terms of high availability, in terms of backup, load balancing, policy support. Converger adds all of those elements onto your existing hypervisors or onto other hypervisors that you may consider so that you can manage everything through one platform. And it's really a truly centralized way of managing your entire data center, physical, virtual, and cloud-wise. So that's why we've selected Converger as one of our vendors to watch. Then Dell. Dell offers a number of hardware and software components to enhance a private cloud and to even build a new private cloud from scratch. Active Infrastructure is Dell's take on converged infrastructure platforms where you basically can consistently manage a service network and storage in one rack, in one enclosure. Dell acquired Gale late last year, and with the Dell capabilities added to this active infrastructure, you can now provision and monitor entire application environments based on predefined and centralized management templates. Dell, as you know, also acquired Quest, so Dell now has Foglight. Dell now has Foglight and vKernel in its solution portfolio, and those tools really provide deep insights into physical, virtual, and application components of your cloud. Finally, I want to mention the Crowbar framework that Dell has led the creation of. And Crowbar is an open source solution framework to quickly and easily deploy OpenStack in a pretty much zero-touch turnkey manner. So all in all, Dell has made tremendous progress in the cloud space and can be expected to play a very strong role on next year's private cloud platform chart. Finally, I want to mention VirtuStream. VirtuStream, very interesting solution. VirtuStream injects security, compliance, SLA management, and a general efficiency into the existing virtualization environment that you have in your current data center, so that you can run mission-critical workloads within your cloud without ripping and replacing what you currently have deployed. So VirtuStream also ties together customer data centers with their various public cloud solutions so that you can seamlessly burst workloads and entire application environments to the VirtuStream cloud in a secure manner. Those were the 3 EMA vendors to watch for this year's Private Cloud Radar Report. Now let's take a look at some research results that I thought fit this radar pretty nicely. And those research results show the tremendous importance of converged infrastructure solutions, storage, server, and network combined in management of all of those 3 components combined in one rack. And we can see 2 things. We can see that Cisco UCS is the market leader in that segment. And we can also see that IBM Pure Systems has caught up tremendously in terms of adoption as a basis for private cloud, for a private cloud platform. So as a conclusion, I would say that picking a cloud is only partially a technology decision. It's all about answering those 6 key questions and that you can see on the slide. And each of those questions needs to be discussed with all the relevant stakeholders. There's a lot of due diligence to be done, a lot of considerations that have to do with your business expectations, but as well with your existing data center environment. The cloud really has to fit what you currently have. And we see over a third of cloud deployments do not achieve the ROI that the customer actually thought they will have, they will get through their investment in private cloud. So based on our research and based on our experience, those are the 6 real key questions that you have to decide very carefully on when you pick your private cloud platform. So thanks for listening, and I would say, Raleigh, let's open this up for questions.
Great. Thank you, Torsten. We have run a little bit over a 30-minute mark, so I want to be cognizant of our audience's time. I will be sending out a follow-up email tomorrow, however, which will include the on-demand playback if you want to check that out again. Thanks again for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your day.